Hello, Dave Daum with King's Paddle Sports, and what we're seeing on the monitor is an 8-foot 4, 28-inch wide, 4-inch thick, 97-liter pin-tailed Sidewinder. That's a mouthful. And this board is designed for my dear friend Paul Morris up in Marina, California. And Paul has purchased several of our boards over the last couple of years, and he's not only a good friend, he's a great surfer and can really put a board like this to use. I'm going to give you a little narrative on this design. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is an isometric view of the board, and I'll rotate this around just a bit here. What you see from a side view, and I'll zoom it in here a bit, is a nice entry rocker to allow Paul to make late drops with a really clean yet high tail rocker. Tail rocker, as most people realize, makes the board turn great, but it can scrub off speed. So to counter that, we put a nice concave bottom in this board, and this concave runs the full length of the board. It's slightly flat in the nose. The concave grows deeper as we approach the standing position where Paul's front and rear foot will be. In this board, I cut back the V that is built into this concave to focus it directly under Paul's back foot. That makes the board project a little less, but allows it to pivot around and make tighter radius turns much more easily. As we notice in the top view, it's got a nice round pin-tailed outline that allows Paul to place one foot in this section of the board and one back here on the tail and ride from one position yet still be able to sink the tail easily and drive the board into the lip when he's in the pocket. We'll look at it tilted around nose to tail isometric. You notice it's got a very thin rail, soft and forgiving in the nose, down and low and sharp in the back with a flat, fairly flat deck. It's got a bit of dome to it, but as we look at it from the rear here, you can see it's got a good, nice, semi-flat deck that gives Paul a nice platform, good purchase on the board without being overly tippy. If we have a real dome deck, it's just too uncomfortable for the feet. And we've done that in a way that allows us to keep the rails nice and thin. One of the improvements we've made on the Sidewinder model across the board is to thin out the rail in the back, thin the tail down considerably, and that really helps making those high-speed maneuvers. So this is a very mature design. It started out with our WCT, progressed into a crossover. Guys wanted more performance. We brought on the Sidewinder, and this is a Sidewinder in a highly personalized version for my good friend Paul Morris. Here's a view looking from the tail. Gives you a view of that flat deck, pinched rails. It's a view looking back from the nose. See, it's got a nice blunt nose to keep Paul from being stabbed. We can rotate it around. You get a view of the thin rails, semi-flat deck. So this should be a really, really comfortable board to ride. This is what I ride. Exact same size, same shape. I love it in anything from 1 foot to, heck, 8 foot, whatever I'm brave enough to take off on. Again, this is Dave Daum here at King's Paddle Sports. Hope you enjoyed this little narrative, and feel free to contact us anytime at www.kingspaddlesports.com. Have a great day.